Good morning, friends. Yes, beta, if you have any doubt in previous lecture, you can ask me. I had started with array representation of Q, and I think I was taking one example from your book. Again, I will take that example. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Yes, Silky, Vijay Kumar, Vishal from Lead, Jasprit Singh, Sanjeev. If you don't have any doubt, you can write down in chat. Please write down in chat box if there is no doubt. Okay, I will wait for just 2-3 minutes. Okay, then we will start. Okay, so I had taken last time, I think I had started with this. This is an array to implement a queue, and the size of this array is 5. Okay, so that means maximum number of elements that can be stored in this array is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are some things, some elements that I will insert into the queue, and then I will delete from the queue, and accordingly front and rear will change. Okay, so what was the front end? Front end is the end from where we will delete, and what is the rear end? Rear end is the end from where we have to insert. So this thing you need to remember. Suppose first of all the front and rear both are 0 0 or both are null. I'm going to insert A. If you will insert A, first what I told you, you have to increment the value of rear. So rear will become 0 plus 1, that is 1. So I'm inserting at 1 location. Next I have to insert B. Then rear is 1. Now rear will become 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So I will insert at the second position now. Okay. Next is your C you have to insert. So first rear would be incremented by 1, and then it would become 3. I will insert 3 at this location. Okay, so after performing this thing, A, B, C are inserted, you are having an array like this. Okay, so front is 1, rear is 3. Okay, why front is 1? So this thing is again very important. When you are inserting the first element when you had inserted, both front and rear would be incremented by 1. Both front and rear will become 1. But after that, when you are inserting, only rear would be incremented. Okay. So this thing you need to remember. So front is 1, rear is 3. Now I'm deleting. This is a queue. So there is no need to say actually A deleted. Okay. Like question can be asked, like if you have to delete, which element would be deleted? The first one that you had inserted. So out of these three elements, which element was inserted first of all? That was your A. So A would be deleted. Okay. Now after deletion of that element, you have to increment the value of front. So front was 1. Now it will become 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. You don't have to change the value of rear. Rear was 3. It is still 3. So whenever you have to delete, which element is being deleted? That is at the front. Now you are deleting D and E, inserting. You are inserting D and D. Okay. So rear is, if you have to insert, insert at the rear end. Rear is your 3 now. If you have to insert, increment the value of rear. Rear will become 4. So I'm inserting at the fourth location. Then rear will become 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. I'm inserting E at the fifth position. Okay. Now again, I have to delete two elements. Now what's the value of front? Front is pointing to this one. Now if I have to delete, firstly B would be deleted. Front will become 3. Next C would be deleted. After that, front is being incremented. 3 plus 1, front is becoming 4. So front is here 4, rear is your 5. Next you have to insert F. If you have to insert F, what you have to do? You have to increment the value of rear. So actually now rear is equal to 5. 5 was the maximum upper bound of that array. That means now you can't say simply that rear is 5 plus 1. No. So this is a special condition that you need to check while inserting into a queue, that if the value of rear is equal to upper bound of that array, then rear won't be incremented by 1. Your rear will become 1. Rear won't be incremented by 1, it will become 1. That means you are assuming this is your circular queue. So after fifth this location, first location is there where you can insert. Okay, so right now this is empty, so you can insert at this location. So if rear is 5, rear is becoming 1. So here you are having rear 1 and front is your 4. Okay, now okay, I'm not doing all these. I'm saying that insert one more element, insert G. Okay, so if you want to insert G, rear would be incremented by 1. Rear will become what? 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So rear is becoming now 2 and I'm inserting G over here. Now suppose again I'm saying insert one more element, that is H. So rear would be again incremented by 1. It will become 3 and I will insert at this location. Now again suppose I'm saying insert I. Can you insert I now? Yes, anyone? Can you insert I? No, you can't insert I. Why? Because there is no empty location over here. That means your queue is full. So what is the condition to check for that whether your queue is full or not? One condition is this, that if front is equal to rear plus 1. Just see what I'm saying. If front, this is suppose front, is equal to rear plus 1. So right now what is front? Front is 4. And what is rear? Rear was 3. So 4 is equal to 3 plus 1? Yes, 4 is equal to 4. That means your queue is full. That means you can say this is the overflow condition. You can't insert into this. Okay, any doubt? Yes, beta. If you have any doubt, you can ask me right now. Shashank is saying no. Okay. Is it clear, Shashank? Fine. Okay. And okay, I want to ask one question. Yes, Anup Kumar. Anup Kumar is there, 135.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please, but okay. I'll ask you one question. You have to answer that question. Suppose here I'm saying
Okay,
that,
ma'am.
1 minute, let me. Suppose here I had told you that when your queue is full when front is equal to rear plus 1. There is one another condition when your queue would be full. There will be one another situation when your queue would be full. What would be that?
Ma'am,
Hmm. Okay,
1 minute,
then.
ma'am, please.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, yes. I think R is equal to F minus 1.
I think you F is equal to R plus 1 is similar to R is equal to F minus 1, Anu.
Okay, ma'am.
Just see, na? You are saying R is equal to F minus 1. R is equal to F minus 1. Is there any difference between these two equations? No. Okay, so that is actually one condition only. Okay, Anup, I'm telling you now. Suppose now, Anup, here you again go to this situation when front was your 1 and rear is 3. Is it okay, Anup?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm saying I want to insert one more element. Suppose I'm saying insert D. What will happen in that case? Where D would be inserted?
R हमारा 4 हो जाएगा.
R4 हो
Rear.
जाएगा. Good. R will
3
become
plus 1.
4. Yes, yes, good. Rear will become 4 and I'm inserting over here. Now Anoop, I want to insert one more element, that is E.
Yes, ma'am.
What would be the value of rear then?
4 हो जाएगा.
Uh, R will become,
5.
yes, R will become 5. So you are inserting over here. Now Anoop, I want to insert one more element I. Yes, Anoop. I want to insert one more element I. Where it would be inserted? You are not audible. Okay, mute yourself, mute yourself. Yes, Garima, 140 roll number, 140, Garima.
Hello.
Yes, Anu. Yeah. You want to tell me the answer, Anu?
Hello, ma'am. I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am. मैम नहीं कर सकते फिल क्योंकि हमारे
क्यों?
पास एम्प्टी कोई स्पेस ही नहीं है क्योंकि हमारे
Please,
पास मैम
1 minute. Karan Kumar, please keep your video off. You can't insert, that means your queue is full. Now just check what is the condition. Now can you tell me the condition to check when your queue is full? When front is your 1 and rear is equal to 5, means rear is equal to n.
5.
Okay, so that is another condition
Yes.
to check whether your queue is full or not. What is that condition? When your front is 1 and rear is n. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So beta, all of you need to remember that whenever you have to check whether your queue is full or not, there are two conditions. One is if front is 1 and rear is n, or if front is equal to rear plus 1. By these two conditions, you can check whether your queue is full or not. Okay. Any doubt in this? Yes, beta, any doubt in this? Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, Gavish. Gavish is there. Gavish Kumar, 141 roll number. Anyone? Better don't put a message in the chat. When I'm asking you something, you have to unmute yourself. Okay? Gavish, please unmute yourself. There won't be any microphone issue. Okay, beta? If you don't want to answer me, it's okay. Yes, Anmol Sharma.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta. Now I'm asking you some question. You just have to answer me. Like in case of stack, when you have inserted, pushed into the stack, what was the first condition that you need to check?
मैम रिपीट करना फिर से.
जब भी आपको क्यू में या स्टैक में इंसर्ट करना है, what is the first thing that you need to check? That was the overflow condition, Anmol. Okay, what is overflow? Overflow means you need to check whether your queue is full or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that is the first thing. Is it clear? So I had just told you that there are two conditions where you can check this thing. Otherwise, suppose Anmol, if you have some empty spaces, what is a method to insert into the queue? हम क्या इंसर्ट जब इंसर्ट करते हैं तो हमें किसकी वैल्यू चेंज करनी है?
मैम इसकी
Front की के
Rear
rear
की.
की? Rear की. So what rear? If rear is 3, it will become
4.
4. Okay, so this is the simple thing that whenever you have to insert, you have to increment the value of rear. But there are two special conditions. What are those two special conditions? Because if rear is 5, can you do rear is equal to rear plus 1?
फिर तो नहीं होगा है.
Agar beta, Anmol, if rear is 5, I'm asking you, can I do rear is equal to rear plus 1? No. In that case, rear will become 1.
1.
Okay, so this thing again, all of you have to remember that if rear is n, then rear is becoming 1. There is one more special condition. Okay, anyone who can tell me? You can mute yourself, Anmol. Anyone who can tell me? Yes, Anmoldeep, Sani, Anmol Punch, Palak, Harpreet.
Front is not equal to 1.
Yes. What are you saying,
Front is
Anmoldeep?
not equal to 1. No, front is not equal to 1.
No, just listen to my question.
Push
What I'm
करना है
saying.
ना, pull हो गई.
What I'm saying, you have to insert into a queue, but rear is equal to rear plus 1 वाली condition भी नहीं है, and ये भी condition नहीं है Moldeep की when rear is n, you have to put rear is equal to 1. There is one more thing that you need to do. What is that?
नहीं, मैं ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਕਿ ਫਰੰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 1 ਮਤਲਬ ਫਰੰਟ 1 ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. ਜੇ ਫਰੰਟ
Okay.
1 ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਮਤਲਬ ਇੱਕ ਸਪੇਸ ਖਾਲੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੁਸ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ.
नहीं बेटा, I'm not. Which one? Which one you're saying? I'm not, either I'm not getting you or not. You are not getting my answer. A question. Yes. Which one? This array. This one.
हाँ डी पार्ट है ना, डी पार्ट.
D part. But in this case, there is nothing. If you want to insert right now, you can say rear is 1. Okay, and Moldi, what I'm asking you that एक तो ये condition हो गई जब आपने insert करना है, एक हो गया simply आपको rear को rear plus 1 कर देना है. एक और होती है special thing that you need to check for that. उसमें ना तो rear plus 1 होता है और ना ही rear को हम check करते हैं कि if rear is n then set rear is equal to 1. That is something else. Okay, I'll tell you. Just Anmoldeep, just check this condition. The first one. If front is 1 and front is 0, rear is 0, what was that?
Oh, empty है इस time.
Empty है. So that is a special thing. Why that is a special thing? Why insertion? Because although you are incrementing rear by 1 only, but you have to set front is equal to 1 also.
Yes.
Okay, so this thing I was talking about. Front will become 1 and rear will become 1. Fine? So I will combine all these things now and we will write down the algorithm. We will write down the algorithm now. Okay, let me go to the slide. Okay, so everything actually I have told you now. You just have to write down this thing. So first thing, whenever you are inserting in a queue is that you need to check for the overflow condition. Overflow means you need to check, is there any space or not? Because if there is no space, you can't insert into a queue. Is it right? So what was the condition to check for overflow? So just right now I have told you that if front is 1 and rear is n. Okay, if front is, let me draw this one array. So suppose I'm taking my array size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means maximum 5 elements I can store in that array. But if front is 1 and rear is 5, that means in all these there is some element. In that case, your array is full. And this thing also I have told you that if front is equal to rear plus 1, then print overflow. Okay. Suppose now this condition is false. That means this is also false. This is also false. That means you have some space in the array. In that case, first of all, you are checking, is it the first element that you are inserting into a queue? That means before insertion, is your queue empty? If your queue is empty, that means front is null. You can also say that rear is null. If front is null, then you have to set front is equal to 1 and rear is equal to 1. So this is the special condition that you need to check. Else no, this is not the first element, but my rear is n. So else if rear is n, then you can say rear will become 1. Okay, but suppose this is also not my condition. Even this was not my condition, even this was not my condition. Then simply you have to increment the value of rear. Rear will become rear plus 1. Okay, so out of these three, whenever you have to insert, you will change the value of rear by either setting this to 1, or if rear is n, then setting this to 1, or rear will be incremented by 1. Simply it would be incremented by 1. So after these three things, you are having new value of rear. Then you can see at q rear. Rear q is what? Q is the name of the array. Rear is the index where I have to insert. Suppose I want to insert at the second position. So I will say q of 2 will become item. Item can be anything. Suppose I'm saying I want to insert B. So B would be inserted over here. Okay. Please, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So this thing, I think you can write down now on your own. What is the first thing that you need to remember? You need to remember, is there any space in the array? So you need to check for that first of all. That means you are checking for the overflow condition. So there were two things that you need to check for that. Next, when you have to increment the value of rear, you can say rear is equal to rear plus 1. If front is null, you can say this thing. If rear is n, you can say rear is 1. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can write down in chat box. Okay, I'm waiting for that. Okay. Palak is saying it's cleared and Anmol Punji is saying it's cleared. Okay, fine. Okay, beta, can you now please write down a few lines for deletion algorithm? Okay, now suppose you have to delete from the queue. What are the different things that you need to remember in that case? You need to write down. Okay, like first condition, whenever you want to delete, is that is there any element in the queue or not? Because if there is no element, then you can't delete. Fine. So first thing is that you need to check for the underflow condition. Other thing is that actually whenever you delete, you increment the value of front, but there would be some special conditions, just like in case of insertion we have done. Okay, so please write down those things, then I will share with you. Okay, try to think that how to delete from a queue. I'll do one thing. I'll share the example that we have done. Okay, so just you can see this example and then you can write down. Okay, so I'm waiting for that. I'll wait, you just write down. Sandeep, what have you written? Rear is equal to 0. What is that? I'm saying write down the algorithm to delete from a queue. The way we have written over here. First thing is that you need to check for the underflow condition. Underflow condition. Now, what is the underflow condition in this case? Yes, anyone who has written? Yes, Anjali, have you written? Yes, Anjali, have you written?
No.
Anjali, unmute yourself. What's the problem with you people? I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
What I'm asking you, what's the problem with you? At least you can tell me that what is the condition to check for the underflow condition. No, Anmol Punch, it's wrong. When front is equal to rear, that doesn't mean that is underflow condition. When front is equal to rear, that means there is a single element in that array. That is not empty. At least you can tell me, yes, Ravinder, it is right. At least you can tell me that when is your queue empty? Just see. When is your queue empty? When front or rear? Both are null. Or you can say front is null or rear is null. Only one condition you can check. Then your queue is empty. Okay? And Molpunch, when you are inserting one element into a queue, in that case, your front and array rear is becoming 1, 1. Suppose here front is also 1, rear is also 1. So when you are saying the front is equal to rear, that means there is a single element in that array. You can't say that that is empty. Okay? So that is a special condition that you need to check. So when front is equal to rear, suppose, okay, now you have inserted A, B, C element. Front is 1, rear is 3. Now I'm saying delete one element. When you are deleting one element, front is becoming your 2. I'm saying delete one more element. B is deleted, rear front would become your 3 now. Now both front and rear, they are equal to 3. Both front and rear, that is equal to 3. That means there is a single element. Now I'm saying delete one more element. So when you will delete that C, you won't say that front is 4 and or rear is 3. No, in that case, that is a special thing that both front and rear will become 0. Front is 0 and rear is also 0. Okay, so this thing you need to remember, that when front is equal to rear, when front is equal to rear means there is a single element, and when you have to delete that single element, after that both front and rear would become your null. Otherwise, simply you can say front is equal to front plus 1. But there was one more thing, that if front is equal to n, then front will become is equal to 1. Front will become 1. Okay, you take this thing. I'm coming to this. Now here front is 5, rear is 3. Front is 5, rear is 3. Okay, now I'm saying delete one element. Okay, so whenever you have to delete, actually you are deleting from the front. Front is 5, so you are deleting E. So actually what we do, we increment the value of front. Front is equal to front plus 1. But here you can't do that. Why? Because there is no 6. So you have to assume this array is circular. So front is becoming here 1. So here you will say front is your 1 and rear is your 3. Is it okay? Yes, beta, if you have any doubt, I'm waiting for that. You can ask me. Otherwise, I will tell you now that what is the algorithm. Yes, beta, is it fine? Okay. One minute. Okay, go through this algorithm and first tell me if you have any doubt, you can ask me, then I will explain this thing. Yes, beta, is it okay? Yes, and Moldip Sani, you can write down in chat box. Okay, so here, first of all, you are checking for the underflow condition. Okay, so what is that underflow condition? If front is null, because if front is null, that means there is no element in that. Okay, otherwise, first of all, whatever is at the front, you are storing in item, because if you will change the value of front, you won't be able to access that element. So what you can do, whatever is there at the front end, you store that in some variable. Okay, so next is this thing, special condition. If front is equal to rear, if front is equal to rear means there is a single element. When there is a single element, you say front null and rear is null. Else, if front is n, that means if front is pointing to the last element, you can't say simply front is equal to 1. So if front is n, front is becoming 1. Else, front is front plus 1. Else, you are just incrementing the value of front by 1. Okay? So please go through this algorithm, because next topic I won't start. There are only 2 minutes left. You just go through this. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. If you don't have any doubt. So we have done insertion and deletion from a circular queue. Next, I will be doing this one, DQ. That is your double-ended queue. Shashank, now you are saying third point. 1 minute. Third point is, Shashank, if front is equal to rear. That means if front is equal to rear means there is a single element in your array. Okay. So like I had taken one example over here. If front is equal to rear means, suppose now you are inserting one element over here, A. Both front and rear would be 1, 1. That means front is equal to rear. In that case, if I'm saying delete A element, you can't say front will become 2, because there is no more element in that. There was a single element. So when a single element you are deleting, then both front and rear would be set to 0, 0. That means null, null. Is it clear, Shashank?